With so many crypts available, there's at least one for everybody's tastes. But surely a staple favourite would have to be the Wendtii. Like any Cryptocoryne, it can melt a bit at first while it adjusts your water, but provide a stable environment and leave it alone once you've placed it, and it will reward you by adding character to your tank with its waxy hammered leaves that come in a range of colours depending which variety you have, from bronze through brown and green to a spectacular pink flamingo which is out of this world stunning. It is a root feeder, so a good quality substrate is ideal. However, it will be just as comfortable in gravel if you use root tabs to feed it, and once it settles in, it's not a demanding plant at all. The pink flamingo version will need CO2 and more red and blue spectrum lighting to help the pigmentation, but none of the others require CO2 or high-end lighting at all. Higher light will encourage it to stay flatter, and lower light will tease the leaves in a more upright position, but you certainly don't need expensive lights or intensive ones. Typically, the red and brown plants don't need high levels of iron either, since that is their natural coloration. Temperatures anywhere between 65 and 80 will be fine, and a stable pH will ensure the plant is comfortable and thrives. If that's the case, it can grow to as large as 12 to 18 inches say, but if you're wanting to keep it shorter to use it in the mid or foreground, you can just prune the longer stems at the base of the plant. If the plant is really happy, it will start to send out runners under the substrate, which is one of the ways it propagates. You'll find baby plants can pop up anywhere between immediately beside the original plant to nearly a foot away in a big enough tank. The other way it propagates is by dividing into clusters once it grows big enough, and in either case you can remove the new crypt for planting elsewhere. Here's an example of that. That's a cluster of plants at the back in the middle there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 baby plants that have grown up from runners around it. I normally trim the roots to encourage new growth, and then to replant it I push it into the substrate up to the crown, which is a bit where the plant starts to grow out of the top of the roots. Don't bury the crown or it will rot and the stems and leaves will then come loose and break off. This is an amazing plant native to Sri Lanka, and it will prefer lower flow rates as it's not a plant that's used to being tugged about by the current, but it will tug the attention of anyone looking at the aquarium, as it really is one of the standout plants in the hobby.